Today we're using one of my favorite grains, farro. I love it because of the texture, the flavor it could carry, and then the nutritional content. We're talking a lot of fiber, a lot of protein, so if you're doing vegetarian dishes, this is a great tool to use, farro. So I'm gonna make a simple farro risotto. I'm gonna start off with a little bit of oil, and then do my aromatics. So I have some red onion, and a little bit of garlic. I just want to cook these until you can smell the garlic. A lot of times recipes will say cook for a minute or two. You know, I'm not in your kitchen, so I have no idea about your flame, how high you're doing it, or what you're doing. If you smell the garlic's ready to go. I'm getting that hint of garlic right now, so I can add my farro. Now I'm using the term risotto. It's called poetic license. It's not really going to be in the style of risotto where I'm going to add a little bit here and then stir, and as it goes down add more. But this is going to be the final product and how it's going to look. So I'm going to go ahead and add my mushroom stock. This is about 2 cups. I'm just going to let this cook. We're looking for the farro to plump up, and it usually takes about 15 to 20 minutes. There's different styles of farro, and that's all that means is it's the processing. So the more it's processed, the quicker it's going to cook, 15 minutes. And it goes all the way to 45 to an hour. So depending on what kind of farro you get, this is an instant farro, 15 minutes, 20 minutes max, it's going to plump up. Now, if by chance the amount of liquid we added wasn't enough, I have some more. So you have plenty of time to add. Just go ahead and let it cook, let it bubble, and see you in about 15, 20 minutes. All right, while the farro's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and cook my mushrooms. So I have a hot pan. This is key when you're cooking mushrooms. You have to have a really hot pan. It's one of those rules for sauteing. Add my oil, and now I'm going to put in my mushrooms. You want that sizzle. And it just fits nicely in the pan. The thing about mushrooms and oil, the oil is going to get sucked up by the mushroom. So when I flip these over, I'm going to add a little bit more oil. And probably about right now. I just want to give it a shake to make sure they didn't stick. Now I'm going to flip these over again to get more color. I just want the oil situation to go away. I'm going to hit it again. And now I should get the color that I want. As far as these diamond patterns, you totally don't have to do it. I'm doing it just for artistic expression. You don't have to, but it just kind of looks nice. A little bit of salt. Some pepper. Mushrooms look pretty good. I really like the caramelization, gives it nice flavor. I believe they're done. I'm still looking for texture with these. I want to cook them to death because it's going to give like that meatiness since there's no protein in this dish. I'm going to go ahead and add a little more oil. And get the rest of the mushrooms in. Salt. Pepper. Now I'm not going to cook these too much because I'm going to add it to the risotto towards the end of the cooking process. I still want these to have a little bit of texture. I want to get a little bit of color on them. All right, these mushrooms are done. As I said, don't want to cook them too much. They still have a lot of texture because we're going to introduce this to the risotto. So I don't want to cook them too much. That farro should almost be done, so go ahead and check it and we can finish off this dish. Our farro is just about good to go. You can see it really plumped up. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of milk and a lot of cheese. This will give me the creamy texture I need. You could totally add heavier cream if you'd like. I just like the milk, it's not so fat on your tongue. Now by chance, the amount of cheese that you add, if it gets really thick, you can always add water. I'm also going to add my mushrooms. And as you can see, it's starting to look like a risotto. All right, cool. Now I'm going to finish off this little salad, and then we should be good to plate.
Cheap because it melted quickly, or?
Cheap because you can see it's still white and stringy. Like this string right there. You see what I'm talking about? Parmesan Reggiano, when it melts, it like melts into the sauce. So this has like a stabilizer that's making it not melt all the way. Okay, for our garnish, I have a little bit of arugula. Gonna hit it with some extra virgin. A little bit of vinegar. Some salt. Pep. And some tomatoes. All right, let's see about our risotto. Looks great, creamy, really nice in the mushrooms. Let's go ahead and plate it up. To finish plating, I'm gonna go ahead and add my salad, just a little bit of color, my mushrooms, and a little bit of the pesto. And that right there, the farro mushroom risotto. What I like about this dish, it's the creaminess of the cheese, the texture of the farro, a little bit of the pop of spice from the arugula, and the pesto really kind of makes it because that's that herb you're looking for. And the meatiness and the texture of this king oyster mushroom just makes the whole dish. It's just a really, really nice dish that you can have any time of the year. Mushroom risotto farro.